Alright guys, Supreme Kami here. So in today's video, we will be going over to the Flame team. So yesterday I did talk about the Altar team. So just gonna make my way down to the individual element now. So we do have 4 separate elements. So I am going to be starting off with the Flame team because that is what I am very much familiar with. So as far as the roster, we do have 3 Flame characters to choose from. There's actually 4. The 4th one actually made it into the standard banner, being Annabella. So Annabella, I'm just gonna say that right now, she doesn't necessarily work out the greatest with the whatever is providing right now, just because she doesn't really have the ammo mechanics which you can find on Luhos. She having the Sparrow Feather, so that is like her ammo, and Annabella having her own ammunition. So yeah, because they synergize really well with Lan, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. So that's why if you guys are going for let's say Ruby in here, so Spark right here, she's not really gonna synergize too well, but she's still really exceptional. But it's just the fact that we do have things better, and then we just do have things that quote unquote synergize a little bit better. So we do have 3 flame characters to kind of cover. So let me kind of start things out with the latest flame character that came out during 3.0. So Luho is probably gonna be something I probably would prefer if you guys do need to pick 2 flame character to fulfill that flame resident. One being she is a Brennan character, so her life expectancy is gonna be a little bit better than the other 2 because she's not gonna face out that early. So you are pretty much gonna be getting more for your buck than if you summon for the latter character. She works really well with grouping enemies. She works really well as far as doing mass damage to all enemy, not just a single target. So that's why as far as team or depending on the gameplay, she may be a better asset than, let's say, Annabella, being more or less like a single type character or whatnot. So the next one we have Lan. So Lan is, I'll definitely have to say, it's another one that you have to go for as well, because she's more like the kind of like the glue to make that flame team really excessive at the moment because of what she's doing. First of all, she is not a DPS character. She is more like a support type character. Well, she's actually a 42 character, but what she's doing, she's offering output damage with her what is it, her pedestal. Like, it's like a umbrella type thing that floats on the field. She spawned 3, so that right there is her output damage. And she also just provides synergy to the ammo. Like I said again, Flame Team right now is more geared towards using ammunition, like just ammo skill, as a main way to do burst damage. What she's doing, she pretty much magnifies it. So we will talk. Let's actually just look at that right now. It's gonna be under her 1-star advancement. So this right there is gonna get multiplied depending on the poly feather pedestal. She hosts up to 3. She has 3 that spawns on the field, and then her description actually says 3 plus 1. So that is pretty much how insane that is because of this right there. When you do damage with Annabella, it instantly bursts damage on the enemy, so it's actually quite insane. So that's why she's really well. So Lan is definitely a must summon for her. And then we now have Annabella. So she's great. I think she's actually pretty. She actually has seen a resurgence nowadays just because of the 3.1 buff. She actually got an insane buff. So she, as far as damage output wise, is a pretty much equivalent, or if not on the same level as Lil Ho. So if you're asking me what do I really want to get, what should you guys be getting, I'm just gonna say summon for Lil Ho's, and then for Lan should be your best bet. First and foremost, like I said again, she is gonna be able to do damage, better AoE damage compared to what Annabella can do. She's more like a single target. You know what I have been talking to people, what they have been telling me. She's more like a single target only, which I don't think is gonna be that helpful in the long run. I would rather have things that are able to do AoE rather than just a single target. So that's kind of my preference. So that's what I'm suggesting. So it really depends on what you guys want. As far as the investment, right now. Let's talk about that. So Lan, A1 is must up. So you need to have at least 2 copy to make it into 1 star. That is a mandatory to activate this one because this is like her really important investment. So by not getting that, you're really missing out on a lot of her perks. So you should be getting that. As far as Lil Wolves, for example, you don't necessarily need any advancement. Her 1 star advancement gives really minimal damage increases. I think give would take 12 to 15% or something like that. But if you guys do have the resources, giving is anniversary now, so people might have, a little bit more resources than usual. Try to go for the 3 star advancement because you are getting healing. Yeah, healing is a very important for self-sustainability when you don't have a great healer or you don't have a healer at all. So that's why I feel like 1 star, 3 star advancement is good. But healing on her specifically, I want to say she sucks. Her healing does not compare to Annabella. Unfortunately, I would say that. So that's your pros and cons right there. Pros and cons. Annabella 3 star advancement gives healing as well, but her 3 star healing is so much better. Like the proportion is way better. You get instant heal with doing a few dodge attacks. So I'm just like, oh my god, her healing is phenomenal. But other than that, it's still like even the better healing does not justify to go for her. So my final word of advice or conclusion, go for her. 0 star, just 1 copy is good. And Lan, get 1 copy, 2 copies, make it 1 star, and you're good. Matrixy wise, I think it's a pretty self-explanatory. Go for the latest and the greatest because they are gonna be providing things that are more universal, easier to access, and just all around a lot more better. If we do take a look at Lance, for example, she is still very good. Still very good because of the ability that is providing. It does not need a whole lot, and like I said again, it's more universally based, so that is gonna age out better than, for example, Annabella. So yeah, so that's the only thing. Hers is not that as bad, but it's more geared towards things that you need to flame weapon. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we are in an era where I feel like mix and match rainbow com is more prevalent than just sticking to like a mono flame team or a mono volt or a mono ice or a frost team. So that's just kind of my I guess my 2 cents on that. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So I don't think I have much to say. As far as my flame team, I do have all of them to run from. So from my perspective, from testing it out, I do kind of know a little bit more, I guess, on what I can give you guys as far as tips. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And then I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.